The moves are starting to pick up as we inch closer and closer to NBA trade deadline 2022, which is Thursday. Woj is reporting that the Indiana Pacers are sending Caris Levert and a 2022 second-round pick via Miami to Cleveland for Ricky Rubio, a lottery-protected 2022 first-round pick, a 2022 second-round pick via Houston, and a 2027 second-round pick via Utah. So this is one of those trades where it might look small to mid in names. Like Caris Levert is a guy that can get a bucket. I just did a highlight on him last night. He scored like 42, 43 points. It was a season high. Caris Levert can get a bucket. I actually thought the Brooklyn Nets should have never traded Caris Levert for James Harden, and I think I was right about that, by the way. I like Kyrie, KD, and Caris Levert. I think that team could have won a championship. They fit better. Here's the thing. Caris Levert is a mid-level, a B-plus level player in this league. That's a big deal that the Pacers traded him. What it tells you, number one, is that the Indiana Pacers are going to be sellers. We have been hearing rumors for months, even back to last summer, that this Pacers team wanted to kind of blow this team up. You know, after they got rid of Nate McMillan, they brought in the other Nate, and he did an awful job. Now they got Rick Carlisle in. They're just blowing this thing up. They're just going to allow Rick Carlisle to start from scratch. And names like Domantas Sabonis, Miles Turner, these gentlemen could easily be moved at the deadline. TJ Warren, they got a lot of guys that could be moved. If they traded Caris Levert, I would tend to believe that the whole roster is for sale at this year's trade deadline, which means a contender is going to likely get one of these players. Miles Turner is the one you want to look out for that could be moved at this deadline. There's a lot of interest in Domantas Sabonis as well. We'll see what happens. So that's a big deal that the Pacers are sellers. We really didn't have that many sellers in this market. The Sacramento Kings are for sure sellers. The Indiana Pacers are for sure sellers. So now we know we got a couple teams where the contenders will pick players from. That's a big deal. Also, another piece to this trade from Cleveland's standpoint, they're getting a really good scorer. Caris Levert can score the rock. Keep in mind they lost Colin Sexton for the year. It looks like we now know Darius Garland is their guy. I'm assuming they're probably going to move off of Sexton this summer. That's my guess, and make Garland officially the guy of the future. I think Garland, he made an all-star team. Sexton didn't do that. And I hate that he got injured and is down for the year, but we are what we are. Bringing in Levert and putting him in that backcourt with Sexton, you're bringing Levert back to Ohio. I think this is a great move for Cleveland. I think Levert's not a guy. Hopefully I'm right about this because that Pacers team did go backwards once he got there. Hopefully Levert is not a guy that upends anything. He doesn't affect anything from the standpoint of negatively. Like bringing in a guy like that should fit in seamlessly in the rotation, right? Like that's what I would like to believe. And Cleveland can continue to roll because they've been off to a great start thus far this season. They're in the thick of things for that one seed out east. Also, I want to tell this to my people. Look, I see guys like Bradley Beal and Damian Lillard. They're over loyal to the Washington Wizards and the Portland Trail Blazers. They gotten big-time paychecks from these franchises. I'm sure have done a lot of community work for these franchises as well. And my only thing is, like, when it's time, these teams won't be loyal to you. And what just happened to Ricky Rubio, I know he wasn't on, like, a big contract and nothing like that, but look at what just happened to Rubio. He tore his ACL last month. He was killing it for Cleveland. By the way, they brought him in last offseason as a point guard to just kind of help Evan Mobley get acclimated to the league. He does a great job, helps Darius Garland get up to a great start this year. The Cavs continue to roll after he goes down with the torn ACL. They bring in Rajon Rondo, and he's been pretty much a nice replacement for Rubio. Can't shoot as well as Rubio can, but he's done a pretty good job. And, while Rubio's rehabbing on Cleveland's dollar, they trade him. They trade him like that. I hope they do right by Ricky Rubio and bring him back because that's messed up, man. And you see guys like LeBron never be loyal to organizations. Play it by his contract. Once his contract is up, he's walking if he finds something better. He does business with teams. He's partners with these teams, not the other way around. Like he ain't letting these dudes pluck him. And you look at a guy like Ricky Rubio, that's whack. He just got plucked. So don't tell me about these franchises and players should be loyal to these franchises because when these franchises get the opportunity, they're not loyal to these players. They treat these players like a business. Look at what they just did to Ricky Rubio. That's nasty. Brother was giving it his all, got injured on the court, and didn't even let him rehab on their dollar. Nasty. So, look, I am happy to see some trades start to happen because it looked like for a while this was going to be a quiet deadline. I don't think we're going to get a James Harden trade, but we did get a Caris Levert trade, and he was the guy that got traded for James Harden. Y'all let me know what y'all think some of these Indiana Pacers are going to end up at the deadline. Again, Woj is reporting that the Indiana Pacers are sending Caris Levert, a guy that they paid some money to get, paid some stuff, gave up some pieces to get. Caris Levert will be moved to the Cleveland Cavaliers, a contending team out east. And in return, the Pacers are going to get some picks and Ricky Rubio.